Welcome to American Dream Trading's live stocks and options training. I'm your host, Dawn, aka J&J Video Reacts, and in a few minutes we'll have James L joining us. Welcome, gang. Sorry, Coach couldn't be here with you today. He is taking care of some business on the back end for us. So we will go ahead and carry the torch today. Shout out to Bruno. Normally Bruno is on here with me, but he is taking care of his own business as well. I want to thank everybody, all the mods that are here, because they are going to help keep this stream going, right? So if you want to join American Dream Trading, just make sure you go ahead and go to none other than americandreamtrading.com. It's right there on the screen. And you can go ahead and get signed up with any one of our memberships. As a matter of fact, today we've got a deal going on for Valentine's Day. We're going to call it the double diamond deal, right? So if you buy a diamond membership for $5K, you're going to get one for your sweetheart for half price. So that's 2 diamond lifetimes for $7,500. Use code DAWN Dawn and get an additional 10% off of that. In fact, if you want, you can use code Maria as well, MARIA, or JAMES, Richard, or James, or Richard, RICH, Richard. Why do you have such a long name? And James, I think James is going to be here. So, take advantage of that. And while I have you guys on here, don't forget to smash the like button, share the content, and subscribe so that we can go ahead and continue to move Coach closer to that 20,000 subscribers. Right now, we're going to have the morning recap or the market sentiment. Let me go ahead and get that off of there. We're going to go ahead and have, there we go, the morning sentiment. And I think, Maria, you're going to do that for us this morning? All right. Well, I will go ahead and share. Whose screen is up? Okay. I'll go ahead and share that, Richard, since you'll probably be talking us through. And I hope you feel better, buddy.
Psychological forces. We have risk aversion and rotation. And then we also have macro data anticipation. So, which is highly focused on inflation. So yesterday we saw a sharp shift in market sentiment to the downside as selling pressure intensified across the broad markets, including stocks, commodities, precious metals, and crypto. A classic risk-off response that sent investors into safer assets like treasuries and the dollar. This came alongside heightened concerns around artificial intelligence sector volatility, where tech names have been sensitive to slowing growth expectations and profit revisions. On the macro front, traders were bracing for key inflation data, specifically the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, which has become a critical sentiment driver for rates, expectations, and risk assets. So today, the CPI data did show inflation coming in slightly cooler than expected, with the year over year at about 2.4% below forecast, which pushes traders to price, or that outcome pushes traders to price in a potentially more accommodative Fed later this year, which is supportive for risk assets if buyers step in. Don't mistake this slightly cooler inflation number for a directional breakout. It does matter for sentiment right now, but we're still seeing some defensive moves until buyers confirm participation. This creates a sentiment tug of war. So the bulls want relief rally structure, but the bears are still active until convincing rotation shows up. Asian stocks reacted lower overnight alongside U.S. equity weakness, another signal of broader risk aversion and correlation rather than divergence. In crypto, we saw some weakness in Bitcoin and Ethereum amid broader tech sell-offs, reflecting broader risk sentiment that is not fully alleviated yet. So from a psychological perspective, This kind of backdrop usually breeds short-term volatility, quick reversals, shakeout patterns, and a whipsaw range behavior. And we should treat it as such, right? We know how to trade up, down, and sideways here at ADT, so we are prepared, but don't come in with a bias. Make sure you're focusing on the levels that Richard has already set out for us, for our paid members, and just trade the trade. No bias. And thank you guys. Let's have a great session today. It's Friday.
Michael, do you have anything you want to add to that with the economics CPI
I
and
don't
stuff?
think so. That was very, very nice report. Very comprehensive. Thank you, Mario.
Okay, so there is one other thing that you always want to be aware of potential events. Obviously, we had an event, and when an event happens, implied volatility goes up, and so therefore the movement in the stocks also goes up. And so um, one of the things that we have today is a deadline that's coming up this weekend at midnight tonight, as a matter of fact. And that's if our Congress does not pass a budget change, then we will go into next week with Homeland Security, different areas not receiving pay until it does get resolved. And so, of course, that isn't a positive thing for the market. So please play it a little extra careful today. We want to be aware of events that can affect the price action. Also, if you're an option player, don't be surprised if you do see bigger spreads today. Because of that risk tolerance, the brokers do try to protect themselves against spikes either way. And so they do that by changing the bid and the ask of what you're going to be getting into. And so with that, want you to think about today's Friday. It's Friday expiration. A lot of times that means that if you're in a play, particularly if you're in an option player, when it gets to noon-ish, you'll want to kind of
Recording
switch
in progress.
to the next week because theta, which is a Greek that we talk about the Greeks, you'll learn about the Greeks and how they affect price. And theta is time decay and how the price will change as you're going through the day. And if you have an option, let's say it's at $100 strike, and here you're like, oh, I'm making money, but it isn't moving. It's very narrow in its range. Well, then all of a sudden you will find that later it has to move more to even get that buck. And so that is the process of one of the Greeks called theta. Today, when we get to the open, you'll see a half-hour period. We do about half-hour, 45 minutes, where you will hear call-outs of the different stocks. And those that have been here have already experienced that. And it isn't something that you want to go ahead and run to and jump in, because remember, for you in the lives, by the way, did we test to see if they're hearing us in the lives? Let's do that. Test. Did you? Okay, and they're all hearing us. They can hear us.
Everybody,
Okay, perfect.
everybody can be heard.
Perfect. So we don't want you to run and chase. We aren't to give out the trades to chase some play, because for one, you guys are getting a 20, 30-second delay, and 20 and 30 seconds can change the price significantly. And all of a sudden you're chasing and wondering why you aren't making money when other people may be already looking to get out. But it is something for you. The whole purpose of what we try to do is give you a taste of what we do here at American Dream Trading. It is the only place that you're going to find that it's open mic. And again, if there's emergencies, you can come in at any time, and we'll try to help our members that are having an emergency. But outside of that, you'll hear call outs that are breaking established resistance levels or support levels, and giving our team members places to be aware of and look at. That doesn't mean that in 15 minutes, the half hour, whatever it is, that is still in play. It can be short term or it can be moving. At ADT, Coach, who is the owner of the company and has been in this business 30 some years, he's been in the business just as much or me, or a tad bit longer. I'd have to look at the actual date, because I started in Spain in 1994, so I've been doing this a long time. But when you hear a call out, if you aren't familiar with this, you can look at the chart and follow along and listen. You'll learn more by listening than trying to jump in, especially on a Friday expiration day that is potentially the second half of an event day that started significantly before, but really accelerated yesterday. Don went over the memberships and stuff that we have and the specials that you can do. I can tell you, if you're evaluating yourself, you've been listening to us for a while, but you still can't make yourself pull the trigger. Want you to think about this, and that is, a lot of people in today's world, unfortunately, have to have multiple jobs to make ends meet. I remember when my dad, when I was very young, and I'm over 70, so I'm an old fogey, but he had his own business and he provided enough for the whole family that my mom could be a stay-at-home mom. But as we've seen inflation increase and costs increase, it's not unusual. Actually, it's unusual to see where both the husband and wife, or wife and a partner and man and a partner, both have to have jobs. And many times I've friends that they both have a job and one of them has a part-time job. But American Dream Trading, we can teach you how to give yourself financial relief. And if you just want to think about it as you listen to us, and it seems like you're evaluating what you're hearing, does it make sense? And if it makes sense, well, then think about this. If we can teach you how to make just 50 bucks a day, that's it. 50 bucks a day consistently, part-time. You could do it in minutes, but let's say it takes you 2 hours to do that 50 bucks. Well, that's $1,000 for the month. And $1,000 for the month will pay food bill, it will pay electricity bills, utility bills. It will give you financial relief, where a lot of, statistically speaking, people have, they have trouble scraping together a savings of $1,000. That's the U.S. statistics. So evaluate that, think about us, but then you have to take the plunge, and we can't make you do that. If you have questions later after 10, you can ask, because we'll be here at least till 11. And I would love to hear questions of those that are evaluating to take the step and come join our community.
One thing they can do, Richard, is they can join the free Discord, which we've got the QR code right up here on the screen.
Good point.
You can join our free Discord and come interact with us in our Traders Lounge, and you'll see all kinds of Coach will be in there, Richard, me, James, all of the moderators, any of the members. That is a free thing that you can do just to get your feet wet, like Richard said, and just kind of get a taste of how we interact in here and what we do. You'll see some P&Ls in there. Some people who have made money for the day will share their info in there as well. So just come join the free Discord. Doesn't cost you a dime to at least get in and have some type of interaction with us and see what it is we do in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a progression. You get to evaluate the community and how they share and support each other. Because I can tell you, if you're trading alone sucks.
Yeah,
probably get kicked out for that. But it does. And you will come here. What I was going to say is, you're going to come here because you need to make money. You're looking for something to help you, to give you like some breathing room and some peace. And I can tell you, a lot of moms, one of the biggest things of their needs is security, and being able to generate money generally will give you that peace of mind. And so come and join us, and you'll help yourself by focusing, and then being able to understand how to play this business. Even though others will be telling you can't do it, It isn't true. We have people from all kinds of backgrounds. I'm telling you, farming, cashiers, insurance sales, real estate, plumbing, air conditioning people. It doesn't matter what your occupation is. It matters if you can have the discipline and the humbleness to listen and be taught and accept that, then at some point the light will go on, and all of a sudden this business, what everybody's trying to tell you, don't do it, and they consider it gambling. It isn't. It is investing. We don't gamble here. We invest. And
Absolutely.
so you'll come for that financial fresh air, a breath of fresh air. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to fall in love with the community. We have usually in here in the morning about 400 some people that attend with us, and they're like brothers and sisters to us.
One big happy
And
family.
yep, it doesn't mean you're always going to have a great day,
Right.
but you can have a good day. And if you have a struggle day, you can reach out and talk, and people will go through your trades and give you the support. So you'll come to make more money. You'll stay because of the community.
Speaking of that, Richard, and you mentioned if you if you want to invest, in yourself and go just beyond the free Discord, and well, you know what? I like what I'm hearing. How do I get started with this? Well, I've got the QR code up on the screen for the premium membership. And back in the day when Coach first went live in 2022, our premium membership, which included where Richard and Maria and James and everybody is on the live Zoom call, it includes access to that live Zoom call where you can come in, interact with Coach, ask questions of him, any of the mods, and let us know how you're doing in your trades. Just by clicking that QR code, you can become a part of that. That's the premium membership, and we are doing a throwback sale because now it's $12.50 for a year, not $500. But we're doing a throwback sale, $500 for your first year, and if you decide to stay on for a second year, if you buy it up front, we'll go ahead and give you the premium for $750 for 2 years. So the first year for 5, and the second year you get for half off, which is $250, and that'll allow you to get both premiums for $750. If you want to go from there, and you just can't do, let's see, if you just can't do that much up front, you can do the premium monthly for $125 a month. That way you can get that. You can not just get access to the Zoom call, but you can get our hot stock picks, you can get our IPO center, you can get our pre-market setup, which gets you ready for the bell, like we've already done for paid members this morning. We got them levels set up just to have something to go on when the bell rings. That way they have a direction. If you want to continue with that, we've also got the Diamond Lifetime, which you saw. The Diamond Lifetime is 5K, but again, we are doing a Valentine's weekend special where if you get a second diamond, you're getting that for half off. So you can get 2 diamonds for 7,500, or if you can just do the one, it's only 5K. That in itself is a discount because that includes all of our memberships, not just the stocks and options section, but it includes everything that I mentioned before. But it also includes access to our crypto membership, which they do a live Zoom every Wednesday at 7:15, where you can go in and learn from Chris and Bucko, our crypto kings, and learn how to trade crypto and learn how to do it the right way. And it also includes entrance into our futures membership, which is run over there by Doug and Ralph and Mark McSee. And those guys are fabulous. They'll go through all things futures. But the diamond, instead of paying $2,500 a year for each one of those, which is what they cost, you're going to get all of that for 5K one time. So,
Plus,
yeah.
it also includes any future memberships that we do not have yet that you will be able to have for free and included in there.
Yeah.
You know what one of my
What-
favorite sales has always been?
What's
Yep.
that?
And what I love about that with the 2 for is with the Valentine's Day special is because now, man, I can get one for my wife and then for my girlfriend.
I hope she wasn't listening.
Me too.
You send them to school, you give them books, and they eat the covers.
the top 100 stocks of NASDAQ. And the reason I'm using the QQQs for those out there in the land, we'll go around the world later and look at other ones, but I'm gonna show you QQQ and things that you will learn here. So on my screen that you're looking at, you'll see solid lines here above, and then you'll see a little dash line in between. Well, each of these solid lines is where price will either support and above. If it's above, it will be resistance. The middle dash line is what we call the mean, where you will see things stall because there's people who will want to jump in or get out, and then before it will continue its journey to the top or pull back to the bottom. So don't be surprised if you see price action going from ceiling to floor and in between. The yellow dash line here is what we call VWAP, and that is where the volume weighted average price is for the day. It's where a lot of the people are going to be. And during the day, you're going to see that the price will deviate or break away from it, because if people feel that, oh no, it's worth more than the average price, you'll see the candles go up. And if they feel, oh, that's kind of expensive for today's world, you'll see it deviate and break down and go below. In addition, down below this is Coach's 2-minute EWO right here, and this is a 2-minute chart that I'll be on. This is something Coach devised himself that will give beginners and people with less experience a great footstool to start to see. So when we see under his plan, when it hits the second candle green that's higher, it tells you can go ahead and enter, and you're going to be making some money. So if we look back at this right here, well, it broke above VWAP, that deviation I'm talking. Look at how it went higher. This person, if they would have got in here, now it's pre-market, you could do shares, but they made money. And same thing on this other side, when it went down red, I'll just back it up here, and you see that it says, hey, wait a minute, the price wants to go lower. Notice it hit a resistance level, and then when it gave the signal, if anybody got in going down, they made money. But this 2-minute EWO that he devised himself will help you make money. So I'll be using that, and that's something you normally don't hear in our pre-market, but it's a little extra treat for you going into this Friday. Again, if you're interested and you want to learn more, please enter the code DAWN, D-A-W-N, or Maria, M-A-R-I-A, and you will get a 10% discount, and they'll get a little 10% Valentine's, pre-Valentine's gift.
Or
That's this weekend,
James,
isn't
you
it?
can throw James in there, James. He's on here too. By the way, James, yeah, I did hear your Restream mic open. I went back and listened to YouTube, but your Zoom is really low. And Richard, you're off the
It
hook
was
because
actually the other way around. I had the Zoom
okay,
muted and the
okay,
Restream open.
okay, that's
But
what happened. I was like,
Am I
what
while,
too
in the
while
heck?
loud?
while I've got a
No, no,
second,
no.
you're talking about sales. I mean, obviously the diamond is the best option out there, but you know what one of my favorites has always been
What?
that Coach would throw out there every once in a while?
What?
Uh, get the VIP annual
Yeah.
and 6 months of
Yes.
gold add-on.
Well, yeah, and that VIP Gold brings you into where we get separate classes. They're basically master level classes where we get intimate group, and we get to talk and teach about deeper aspects, where you just get a little sniff of what we teach in depth to make you a better trader. On those breakouts that we have twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12 to 1.
And you get the
And I
weekend
can tell
training
you,
with David as well.
yep, and on the Apple chat and stuff, yep.
So, Richard, you're off the hook because apparently when I throw up the little diamond $7,500 GIF that I created, it blocks out or mutes out the Zoom. So I'll have to make
Weird.
sure I do that when, yeah, because I guess what it does is it takes over the screen sharing. So I didn't know that because I went back to listen to it, and all you can hear is my reaction to what you said because that was playing during the time. So that is actually good for us to know because I didn't know that.
So his
So
wife
Well, and we do that
isn't gonna.
intentionally because you're getting spy stuff.
right,
Okay, maybe
Maria.
not. I
She's
might
not
have
gonna
made
know
that
what
up.
he said.
So he's not going to be in trouble. He
Right.
might still get to go to Taco Bell this weekend.
Right.
Okay. Good to-
But that's good to know. So I have to make sure that things are quiet if I throw that up. So but yeah, what time do we have?
We have 3 minutes to the bell. Again, for everybody else, be aware that if the price has gone up, a lot of times there will be profit taking in the first minutes to half hour. And if it's gone down, there may be a reversal bounce up. Again, that's profit taking. It's very normal. Don't be surprised. It's about having patience and waiting for the right setup.
No, that
We
is the
don't
most
need to
volatile
know
time in the markets, the
results.
first 1 to 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
Pardon?
coach always recommends for any new traders to stay out for the first 30.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with sitting on your hand and listening and watching. You can follow it along. But again,
Sometimes the best
we do
trade is
not
to
need
not
to
trade.
know, I'm sorry, we do not need to know how much you're making in a trade. You can do that after 10 o'clock. Go to the trading lounge and you can put in your percentages and stuff there. We teach people how to be consistent. Just make 1% a day and you'll see your account change dramatically. Right now, the Qs are hugging VWAP. Hour and a half to the open of the bell.
Yep. So
Oh,
it looks
shoot.
like that's going to be one we
Maria,
can
did
throw
you
out there
get,
too, Miss Dawn, Richard.
and Maria, did you get the pre-market hot stock picks posted?
She did.
Everything is posted, sir.
Awesome. So we even have that in the before the market opens. There's plays that come in and benefit from that. If there is a call out on the hot stock picks, let me know and give me the symbol, and I will put it in temporarily so people can see. We're going to rock and roll this Friday,
Whoa.
expiration day. Did that blow up the mic?
No, coach just threw out there anyone that buys a Diamond Lifetime membership today only will get a free 30-minute one-on-one with coach.
What? Wow. Now that's cool.
Holy guacamole in that, man.
And if you buy two, there'll be 1 15-minute for one and 1 15-minute for the other for that same 30.
You know what? I didn't he didn't clarify on that. If you buy right now, if you buy a diamond, you get another one for half price. So is it one or the other?
Oh, way to go, James. You're just going to get coach in trouble, get us in trouble.
Hey, he likes creativity.
Ding, ding,
If
ding.
you don't ask, you can't have.
Who, me stir
Okay.
the pot? I don't know what you're
Market
talking
is
about.
open, people. Let's state its specific calls, please. Look at the cues. The 2-minute EWO was telling you this was coming. Is the red down, higher candle here. Again, it wasn't open yet. The market is now open. Do not be surprised if there is reversals, like I said here. For those that love technical terms, we have what is called a doji. A doji candle represents indecision, and it's when the wicks are bigger than the body. We want to see a decision.
Apple's on its first 2 minutes in the downside.
To the upside, downside, where?
Downside, Apple.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's in a 2-minute EWO. Just now getting the first EWO bar bigger than the previous.
IWM is shooting to the upside. It's coming up on a double top though, so be careful.
Nipple triple bottom.
When a person talks about the double bottom, it means that it's a point of strong support that has been tested before and held, and so you have a higher probability of a bounce. A double top is the reverse of that. Finally, we're getting the cue saying they want to make a decision, and if you see down here at the bottom, we're getting our first green 2-minute EWO. We wait for the second one with the bigger. Here it's coming to resistance. Notice the wick says people were waiting there to shove the price back down.
Apple did get a bounce on that double bottom on the 2-minute. And not quite a full 50% retracement on the first 2-minute candle, though. So
Yeah.
still below all our indicators, still in a red EWO.
Notice we have still 25 seconds before this candle is complete. And you want to wait for that candle to be complete to tell you whether you're breaking above a ceiling or below.
All you IWMers out there, you just hit that double top from pre-market high. We're taught by Coach 4 best levels to go by: previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low. And yes, it did bounce. It did reject off of the pre-market high. So
All right, so I did get clarification from Coach. That does include the Diamond Lifetime, buy one, get one half price. So basically with the 30-minute one-on-one with Coach,
wow.
what's that break the price down on the Diamond?
Well, when you stop and you think, and again, this is breaking a little bit from our call-out stuff while we're waiting to see things move. You're talking about somebody who has over 30 years experience, has built, multimillionaire, built this company strong, and his whole goal, our whole goal, is to change one life at a time and make you financially secure. If you get time with his experience to be able to teach you what to do, he can drill down and know exactly whether you're fighting emotions or you're fighting mechanics, and help you improve your game. And that includes a 30-minute. If you are signing up for that bonus, again, using Don or Maria or James as the bonus, let me know when you're in, and can I tag along with you? And oh wait, no, that isn't allowed. Never mind.
I don't think that's allowed, Richard. But yeah, it does accelerate your learning path significantly, because people who have had one-on-ones with him have gone from 0 to 60, very quickly. So take advantage of that. And he does not offer them.
AMD.
NVIDIA
First
third
minute,
red
upside.
EWO to the
Okay,
downside.
one at a time. First was AMD. What was that?
AMD first 2-minute green to the upside.
Thank you. And then the other one was NVIDIA, I believe.
NVIDIA third red EWO.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Apple
And
also
for the
broke through the
cues, all
double
I'm
bottom.
getting. Oh, I'm sorry, I talked over. Go ahead.
Apple broke through the double bottom to the downside.
Okay. My cues are still fighting the VWAP line, having trouble making a decision, and this is where patience comes in. While that's fighting, I think I will go ahead and I'll jump to SPY. Oh, by the way, I put a red line in here above this ceiling because I would need the price to break and hold above that red line for me to go long. At this point, break and hold below this support level to go short.
It's a good best practice, Richard. Everybody, just a lot of new traders just fly blind.
Yeah, that's why I thought it'd be nice to share that. SPY looks to be doing a lot of the same thing. Dang, I think I accidentally moved my lines. Somebody showed me how to lock them and then I blew it. But here we talked about the 200 this morning in the pre-market, saying watch that. If that can, here it looks like we may get a break. If we get a break and a hold, so we have a break below support here of the 200 and this support. But notice this is, if this stays below the line, it is a hold, but it isn't an entry. Right on the shoulder, you might get an entry here. This would be a put down. You can make money up, down, or sideways. Join us, take a leap, have some faith, and we will show you how to reward that faith in your finances.
IWM breaking to the downside now on the 1 minute under VWAP. And if you are in calls, you know we do not stay in under VWAP. Reevaluate. Take your
Calls
profit.
being to the upside, puts being to the downside.
Yep. IWM continuing to break to the downside, now breaking the 9 indicator. Doesn't mean it's going to stay down. Don't get happy because it is coming on a double bottom. So be mindful.
You see back here in the pre-market a nice gamma candle. That tells you where there's a significant people that believe in that have entered there. And I slid my support line here. We have the break, the hold, and now the entry.
Ooh, IWM smashed through that double bottom.
Look at this. Look at Coach's 2-minute EWO at the bottom. This is telling you it is going down.
Is this news,
and if
Richard?
you would have done it, you're in the money.
You see that? Is this news? Look at this.
Look at NVIDIA.
It's really, I think it's a continuation of the event.
Oh, wow.
But you see how his Coach's 2-minute EWO, if you would have just come joined us and learned just this, you are making, wait, what's that sound? Ding, ching, 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 ching. Coach does it much better than I do, but oh wait, he does one other thing. What is that in the sky? Caw, 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 caw. That's an eagle that has a cold.
Man, now we just need the Taco Bell gong, and that'll wrap it up completely for Richard.
Right.
I'm not traded today while I'm holding this, so it's like you get an extra little benefit of some teaching, because otherwise I'm usually quiet while in trades. Teaching and trading doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for most. Yep. Is that Hudson?
That was Hudson.
Yeah, double bottom for pre-market.
Thank you, Hudson. Hudson's our other SPY whisperer in here. One of them. One of a few.
You're super duper low, Dawn.
How about that? Is that better?
Yep.
I was just saying you're one of our spy whisperers.
Oh, thanks.
Spy to the downside is absolutely the most beautiful things
Oh,
ever,
it was.
especially with the price of the contract today. It's great.
And there's
How's the
another one,
spreads?
Nana.
Nana,
I'm
how's
right
the
here.
spreads? Again, break the support, held an entry, and you've made money. And for those little extra bonus for you, if you looked at today's 680 put, cost you about $450 now. That was late. Wait a minute. Let me see where we're at.
So you sure about that, Richard?
677. You would have been able to enter around $3, and now it's at I've got to take what the price is. Notice this line right down here that I had in previously, support, and we're getting a little bounce. And the little wicks tell you that there's orders there sitting, waiting for it to get to that price. Doesn't mean it's going to continue.
SPY yesterday, didn't it? It traded below the 50% level yesterday, didn't it?
Oh, way below.
Yeah.
It went down to the floor, tried to hold it, couldn't hold it, and then it was bye-bye market. See how it bounced off support? Come to ADTT and we'll ADT and we will show you that. American Dream Trading .com. I did that right, Don, right?
You did. You did. I liked it. Significant bounce, IWM, right on that lower level.
For those in the TikTok and other things, please click share and like. It helps us with the algorithms and brings in more people and makes them aware of what we are teaching and sharing it. Please do that for us, and we will try to give you extra insights to help you learn that this business can make you money.
Double tap those screens over on TikTok. Let's get Coach to 10,000 likes, and then onward and upward from there.
And do you see how this bounce? People were waiting for this to get down here to now take it the other way.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Do you take advantage of that, Nana?
Yeah, it went through the double bottom, and I was like, okay, sold. And then, of course, the green candle up here, I'm like, okay, I waited for that green candle to kind of pull back a little bit, then I got in.
Nice.
Now, this is where we talk about not necessarily wanting to share, to jump in ahead of it. It has broken with that line, that dash goal line, which is VWAP, but we would want it to break and hold if you didn't get in at support. But look at that, is just beautiful. And again, I talked in the pre-market, if you would have been with us, you'd have seen that Standard & Poor, S&P 500, was only down 2.5%, which says that's just a little breathe back, and we will want to bounce and go higher. So anybody who is still in this saying, no, it's going to go lower, has had their money evaporate. Notice how now it gets to a ceiling here, breaks a little resistance it needs to break, which it did here. At this point, it is a hold. If it goes below the dash line, it is not a hold. We would need a break and hold.
SPY is sitting on a quad top. AMD is on its second EWO candle, but is struggling to get through pre-market.
Test.
Up.
Notice how it faked out here, up on the shoulder, nice.
IWM on a quad top as well. Actually, I think it's 5. What's that? A quintop?
A quintessential top?
I'll be right, Quinn.
And Apple, it looks like it's found support at 258.80, but it has
And why
not
we
broken
identify-
held above
Sorry.
VWAP yet.
And why we mention, when you hear us mention tops, quad top, double
Yep.
top, it is Coach's favorite play because it makes money. That's why. But double tops, double bottoms, triple tops, quintuple tops, tuplet tops.
You had to take
Whoa,
it there.
Richard.
Trade,
Had
two
to
trade,
take
I'm
it there.
already at 12% total account.
Good job.
Keep this rated G, Richard.
I'm done. See you Tuesday, guys.
Have a fantastic weekend, sweetheart. That was
You too.
Yeah.
Especially
Are
at
you
the
going-
Lovers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do we have news at 10 at shift change?
No, I think the only news we had this morning was the CPI data that came out at 8:30.
No speakers today? Look at that. Look at that. Break, hold, and entry. Got to be careful. I have a top here at 683.
683.01 is pre-market high.
You're going to do that. You're going to do that penny on me, man.
They do it and the price is right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Reason I talk about even numbers is because retail, you people who are out learning and have less experience, have a tendency to take your profits at the even dollar mark. Other people will try to go in at the even dollar mark, and you'll see it's at the even 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, and the dollar. And evidence of that is this wick. That wick is created in a flash because of orders that were sitting there at 683. Oh, wow, look at that. It did go to the at 81, yeah.
Yay, Leroy. There's a gold line at 682.50. That's why it's struggling, and it's pre-market high. So,
Good morning, Paul.
And that's the
Good
other
morning.
thing. That's the other
that's
thing.
probably
you
that's
get
probably the
when-
fastest 2 trades I've ever made on SPY that made the most money. It's like $5 down, $5 up, boom, done for
Yeah.
the day. Thank you very much. That was crazy.
Yeah, those 2 moves were insane. If you bought the bottom, bought the put, then bought the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, if we talk about this all the time. The range of SPY bell to bell quite often is like just on a flat day, like $5. You got it twice, and you got it within a half an hour. So
Yeah.
it's like you made 2 days worth of moves in like a half an hour.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
SPY is a love-hate relationship.
It is. We all love
But
to
that's
hate
one
it.
other thing you get if you join us is Palm is one of our longtime experts, and he will share.
Palm, here's your third move now.
Amazing.
It is.
Right.
Apple getting
What
ejected out.
am I going to do on resistance? I'm going to buy puts, right?
That's right. Some of us hate to love it, Palm. We're addicted.
I know.
Apple couldn't break and hold VWAP on the 2-minute.
Now
This
this
is
isn't a normal day for SPY, but because of the event, you're getting strong moves both ways. It's like this is the third profit here in the first half hour. We aren't even at shift change, which is 10 minutes away.
And half of us are done already.
Yep. Yep. That's the other thing is if you learn to trade with us, if you come in and again be humble, open, and are you're teachable, you don't need to be here 8 hours.
Sometimes just 10 minutes.
Sometimes just 10 minutes.
Isn't it the news was good for the market? The CPI?
I think it was kind of flat.
I'm more concerned about the government potential shutdown. It's more than a potential at this point. High probability shutdown. But it's okay. We can use that news to give us an idea, but we still don't want to come in with bias. You want to make the chart tell you, and that's why we have resistance, support, and other lines to give you an indication of what you should be looking for. But the chart should prove it.
What about Iran, Richard? Is there any? You think there's any paranoia around an Iran strike?
That has been going on for a while, but that will be a weekend thing, if anything.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff occurs over weekends, and that posturing has been going on for quite some time. The goal with conflict like that is to make such a presence that they have to stop what they're doing. And there's other forces at work there, not just the U.S. There's other countries have special forces on the grounds, and they're collecting intel, shutting things down. I know that when our ships and stuff showed up, not gonna waste a lot of time on this. When our ships showed up, there was like an 80% decrease in that type of activity that was going on. Let's leave that topic for the afternoon now.
Yes, correct.
Not that it's not important. I'm just saying.
It ranks right up there with the menu at Taco Bell that they have now, a little taco salad for only $3.
One track mind, one taco mind.
Along the lines of 1%ers, did anybody get their MSTX 1 to 2 to 3% this morning? Nobody.
There's enough action in SPYQs. You didn't even need to.
I'm just saying, for any size account, doesn't matter. Your goal is
true
to get to 2,000%.
I did, Tom.
Good job. Can't make it too much easier than that. Don't be greedy. Get your 1%. If you get 2 or 3 or 5%, amazing. But that's been a gift horse every single day.
And the neat thing about it, now I haven't looked at it in a while, but that is under $5, right? Or is it, where is it now?
$2.30.
Yep. So if you have a small account, whoever tells you have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars to do it, they're wrong.
Nope, I just made, while I was trading SPY, I made a sloppy trade. I bought $2.20 and then sold it at $2.33. So all you need was basically 2.5 cents to get your 1%. And I got, what was that, 13%, 12 or 13 cents.
Like what, 5%?
4% on my trade.
4%, yeah.
It took me about 5 minutes. And if that's all I was trading today, then I'd be done for the day. 2,000% over the course of, I think, that 1% a day compounds to 2,000% a year approximately, if it was perfectly traded. And over the course of 3 years, it's something like, I don't know, $1.5 million, starting with a $500 account. So unless anybody else has a better way to get from $500 to $1.5 million with just a few years and basically set themselves up for possibly retirement, let me know. Otherwise, pretty much been serving that one up every single day. Really can't make it any easier.
I don't know about where you're from, Paul, but around here we call it the redneck retirement fund.
Yeah. That is
it's
don't
the
need
lottery.
to be more into money. That is just learning what we do and not being greedy.
Yeah. And it's really not a lottery. It's actually sound investment strategy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's using indicators and channels and all basic investment tools. Yes, sir.
I can promise you that out there in TikTok and Yahoo and other channels that we have, your friends and stuff may think you can't do it. But we have people in all walks of life that are doing this, that are learning how to make money on it. Brokerages and banks don't want to. They will tell you that you shouldn't do it, because if you learn to do it yourself, you take money out of their pockets.
Yeah, they're out of a job. Of course, they don't want you to do it.
They'll be out of a job. That's right. And so The statistics are that 93% of the average retail person will blow up their account and lose money. And it's because they don't have a good mentor. They don't have someone who has the knowledge to teach. American Dream Trading, we are about teaching you how to do it, not just to call out and say, go into this stock or play. And then we even have a
that's
cash
actually
app
an
so you
excuse
can,
I
you
hear
know.
quite often, Richard, when I talk to people about American Dream Trading and trading. I don't have time. I don't have time.
Yeah.
Well,
Shame.
sure you do. If you
Well, you
really want
take
it,
that
you make time.
Yeah.
We've
It's a
got
lot of
crypto, we've
content.
got futures.
I would say ADT. I've been here for about 3-4 weeks now. There's so much content. I'm just in one chapter at 22% of the videos. I mean, the content is just unreal.
Was that
Yes,
T
sir.
Panther?
Yeah.
Way to go. You've been with us how long? Did you say 3 months?
Three
Yeah,
weeks, 4
3,
weeks.
4 weeks. I'm only in one chapter of the channel watching the videos. I'm only at 22%. But there's multiple channels, right? So I'm watching the VIP training. And yeah, I'm just only at 22%. There's like, I think
I
8
know
plus.
somebody in that VIP channel.
Yeah. It's 8 plus.
It's David.
It's 8+ hours of training video just on that alone.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones, the master classes. Some of the channels are 23 hours of videos. So I watch maybe 30 minutes at night, a couple videos just to learn as I go, but it's been going on for about 3 weeks now.
That's a good point. And to James's point, when people say they don't have time, well, we have a plethora, there's my favorite word, of videos.
Plethora.
Yeah, if you miss lives and things like that, or if you miss live training or miss the Zoom call training, we have several channels that you have access to as a paid member. Even if as a free member, there's some video channels that you have access to where you can do it in your own time.
Yeah, so I've been trying to trying to do some at work. It depends on what you do. But if you have headphones on, a lot of times I see people at work watching Instagram and all that stuff. The goal is, micro learning, right? So people have talked about that. So if you have the access to the videos, you could watch like 10, 15-minute snippets on your break and stuff like that, which I think is very helpful. So like your lunch break, you have an hour while you're eating your lunch or sandwich, you can be watching a video and learning. So that's
Okay, so we're about just a minute to the breakout. We can come back to some of that discussion a little bit. Let's kind of come back to the stocks. I will show you something
Shift
else.
change.
This is the cues, again, that I'm back that I said I would be showing you at the beginning. And one little simple extra little bonus treat for you is you will learn that price moves from horizontal channel to horizontal channel. And that's exactly what this one's been doing. Even if you look at the pre-market, this line to
Shift change,
line
2 minutes, 2 seconds.
is a channel. Go ahead. What was that?
Shift change now.
Yep.
Shift change, for those of you who don't know, is when volume comes into the market. And you'll tend to
It's
see a
also
significant
when you're
move.
going from second gear to third gear. Never mind.
You're just full of them this morning.
I don't know where it comes from. Just
oh, let's Taco Bell.
Could be your bowels.
We have a question on TikTok regarding do we buy 0 DTE?
Read the question again.
What was the question?
Maria. I'm sorry.
Do we buy 0 DTE?
Yes.
We've been talking about SPY all morning. That's a 0 DTE.
But
And
after
for
lunch,
those that
we
don't
would
know, it's
typically
0
change.
days to expiration, which is every Friday is an expiration for SPY, for the Qs, for IWM. It's every day. And then now there's even some major stocks that have 3 days in a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And I believe Apple has now added a 0 DTE.
Yeah, they're the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yep.
Oh, they only do that on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays?
Yeah,
I
yeah. It
believe
used
so.
to be 7-day DZEs, and now we got them 3 times a week.
But after lunch, we do suggest switching to
Next
next
day.
day
Or
or
next
Next
week.
day
or
next
next week.
expiration, yes.
Right.
And that again goes to what we were talking about in the pre-market, a thing that we call theta. It's one of the Greeks, and it is time decay. And that as in a 0 day to expiration, theta increases and will eat up your profits. It'll make it have to move much more to get the same benefit. But again, notice this is the Qs, and it did basically what the SPY did. Down, up, back down. But notice it is staying in a horizontal channel. It's another thing you will learn, that price moves from channel to channel. You're getting extra little bonuses today that usually we will talk about after the lives close, where people will be able to examine trades that they have. But since I'm not trading this morning to help Dawn out and you that are coming in to listen to try to evaluate us, hopefully I give you some information that will make you want to take that step. And I understand that it's scary for somebody who has very little experience. Since we're after the half hour, if you'd open your mic and tell them, if you've had less than 6 months experience, please open your mic and say, yeah, I'm there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Less than 6 months.
Yep.
We take people with a lot of experience, and a lot of them become moderators and help out with teaching and sharing concepts. We can only give you concepts, and when you have to be aware of possibilities and things like patterns that are available for you, discussions on resistance support, other things like this, coaches 2-minute EWO. We have indicator lines of the 9, the 21. Those are EMAs, moving averages, and how to interpret them and how they will help you know what play to do. But you got to
So
take
real
that
quick, to
step.
circle back around, when I was talking about the deal with Coach that Coach offered, 30-minute free one-on-one with him. If you get a diamond lifetime for $5K and a second one for half price with that 30-minute one-on-one, your cost of the diamond is basically zero.
Free, yeah.
So talk about investing in yourself.
So you're basically getting a one-on-one, getting a diamond in return.
Yes.
Yeah, 30 minutes with coach, with a millionaire and owner that knows how to been doing this for 30 some years. You don't think how many places can you go get into a room with somebody who thoroughly knows how to do it, has set himself financially free, and is willing to share with you what it takes and things to do to help you increase your game. It's really about the learning curve. Again, different people will take longer than others, but if you can surround yourself with people who understand it and can see what you're doing and understand what your risk to reward profile is, then they can help you collapse that time, maybe in third or half, to be able to be functioning and making profits.
MSTX just picked it back up for $2.30 at VWAP, sold it at $2.35, another 2%. And even if you didn't do it well, you got 1%. That 1% strategy that we've talked about, compounding and how to do it, is so successful that other YouTube and social media people are trying to copy it. Unfortunately, they haven't been in the room and we haven't trained them on it. So they're just kind of stabbing away at it, and they don't know a successful way to do it. but we teach it. But we do teach it here. So
Hey
if
Paul,
you
I
made,
made the same play. Thank you.
yep, if you made
Yep.
two trades today, both of them MSTX, you're up somewhere on your overall account, probably 3 to 7%. 7% if you did it a little bit better, but still sloppy. 7% is what most people will get in their retirement portfolios for an entire year. And we teach people how to do it here. Not 7%, but 1%. But if you're paying attention to the strategy and following the indicators and the way that we train people around certain indicators, 7%, it took you less than an hour, and you just matched basically what people will make in a year. So if that isn't a reason to come in and check things out, I don't know what is.
Here's MSTX on the screen. And for those that don't know, it's Miss Texas. That's what that is. Okay, I made that up. That's not really true. I'm telling you, Don, I don't know where it comes. It just comes out of my mouth.
I don't know what's going on.
But you have a nice support line. I'm telling you, you have a resistance line. If a beautiful gamma candle taking a profit into the gamma candle, it's like, wow, just that from where that entry was at 232 to
230. You got to fill right at VWAP on 230.
Oh yeah, but I mean, even if they jumped in here when it came off the bottom there to two, that was 6 cents, and at $2, oh my gosh, you're not investing big to have 200 shares.
Yeah, the first trade was to break a pre-market high, and then you just slid your stop up, and you got stopped out, made a few cents, pull back because it came back down to support at around 220, flushed it just a tiny bit, turned right around and launched right up. You didn't even have time to do anything. As soon as it got filled, it popped up and start. So you were sliding your stop up, and as it pulled back just a little bit, you got stopped out. So there's your second trade, and that's assuming that you missed the first trade. If you got the second trade, you got what is it, 13 cents on that one?
Yeah.
12 to 13 cents. So that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 to 5% on that one, 2% on the first one, and you just made another 2% off the bounce off of VWAP. So 5, 6, 7, 8, that's 9%. And now you can still sit there and scalp away on it if you want.
And now you go into the weekend with some extra cash in your hand on a Valentine's Day weekend. And why that's always kind of important is because when we've gone out on Valentine's Day, most of the restaurants raise the prices and it makes it harder to get reservations. So you want a little extra cash.
So while we were talking, it came back down to VWAP again. So I bought it again. And as long as this doesn't, I mean, I'm just moving my stop now.
SPY's on its first 2 minutes to the upside. SPY.
My stop's at 234, and if it goes higher, I'm in it. Otherwise, it's just going to pull down and stop me out. Another 2%. That's 12% inside of an hour on a $2.50 stock. Want to join? I'll show you how to do it.
It's really crazy that this week I've pretty much made what my brother makes in a month.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Way to go. That was Trevor, right?
Yes, sir.
Way to go, Trevor. Way to go.
Nice job.
Now try to be humble and just go throw it in his face.
Yeah. No, it feels like a big accomplishment, and now I just got to get consistent with it.
Yeah, MSTX has enough range of movement to trade it every single day. Most stocks in that price range sit and grind around for hours for a penny or 2 or 3 or 4. This has more volatility, and that's the reason.
This wants to go higher.
Yeah, it does. We'll find out though.
Yeah.
Market's still relatively flat, and it's trading on a little bit of the market sentiment. SPY is also looking to try to break through in the upside. We'll see if it gets a breakout here or if it just gets pushed back. So
How
Let me
about
go
that?
back and check my cues.
We had Bitcoin broke 68 back up, so it's good for MSTX.
So you can slide your stop up to 235 now on MSTX.
Let's see if it's going to keep the momentum.
Yeah.
And look at
IWM
how
broke out
look,
new high of day.
and look at how similar the charts are. Here's the cues, also testing that top to see if it can go higher. I have this red line from the previous, needs to break and hold above it, and now I actually need it to eat that wick.
Like we might get a little bit of a ride out of this, but I'm sliding the stop up because I don't want to lose it.
And just so you know that when Palm gives his teachings, we have to warn you guys that you have to have some strength, because having that number for that Brinks truck that you have to order is it's an expense. Have I told you I love you, Paul?
We all got them on speed dial around here.
Yep. So that's a double top on MSTX. So not surprising that it pulled back a little bit. So that one you were able to take up, probably got stopped out at around 236. Looks like you might be still holding in there possibly, but you might get if there's enough, if your rotation doesn't come up too fast in the 236, then you got a line at 239, and that's basically what you're struggling at, and that's near term double top too. Beautiful, beauteous. I wonder how many other people made 12% on their account with shares.
Don, do you have your soundboard for dum, 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 dum,
on a $2.30 stock?
No, money.
Yeah. So one thing that I'd also like to let you know, remember I talked about here is support, here is resistance in a normal day's range, and this white dashed line is the mean. And I've talked about how price moves in horizontal channels, a little extra treat for you that are watching for free. But notice where the red line is now, where it has to eat this wick to go higher. Well, oh my gosh, doesn't that look like that's the halfway point of this horizontal channel? And many times at the halfway point, price will stall. Just like when it came here, it went to the midpoint of the day and stalled. Came back, went back and forth. Here, we just needed to break this. Otherwise, it's going to come back. Just a little insight for you to be aware of. And you're getting just a drop in the bucket of what we teach here. Give yourself
Apple
a
had a
Valentine's Day gift and join us.
Apple had a massive green candle, but it's pulling back again.
Yeah, Apple tried to break VWAP, but it hasn't held yet, and it's breaking
Yeah,
back.
we're back in the pre-market channel, so it can get choppy.
Yeah, it just won't break below that 258.80, and it won't hold over VWAP either.
Well, it's hugging VWAP right now. This is one of the most dangerous places to play with VWAP, so
between VWAP and the 200.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah, there's the
right
200.
stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Another stock that is affordable that has a similar strategy is CoreWeave leveraged shares, CRWG, and that has had a range. It's just going ping pong between 405 and 425, 430, and now it's trying to break out the top. So there was an extra deep discount with a little bit of a flush this morning. And
can you give me the symbol again? Is it CROG?
W. Charles Roger Walter George. So same
CoreWeave.
type of thing, had a bit of a dip this morning. So if you were picking that back up to the upside at all on a engulfing 3-candle reversal, then you sold that off into resistance or got stopped out around the pre-market resistance, picked it back up on support, and ran it back up again.
And Palm just gave you another little treat. We're talking about a pattern of a 3-candle reversal here, gamma down, these two together, a doji, and then a reversal, at least 50% strength. This one went all the way. Beautiful 3-candle reversal up pattern.
We'll teach you
And
the
he has,
strategies, then you can push the buttons on your paper trading. Then once you get some confidence over the course of time and you grow your paper trading account, then you can learn to manage your own investments.
and actually set yourself free.
Yeah. Not financial tax investment advice, results not guaranteed, but at least we show you how it's done.
I'm glad you threw that in there. I should have thrown that in there a few times before, too. But look at this, is just a $4 stock. So if you think you had to have a $50,000 account, you did not. But you do need to know how to interpret what you're seeing on the screen.
1% is 4.5 cents, or just call it 5 cents. And if you could have figured out how to make 5 cents, maybe once or twice this morning, you'd have had 1 to 2% made on your account.
And then just rinse and repeat the next day and the next day and the next day. We teach you how to be consistent.
Yeah, and if you're taking smaller repeated trades throughout the course of the day, then you just make several of those trades where you make about a nickel, right, or more, and you can get your 1% that way with smaller trades.
So now for the next little bit, I'm going to change and go to our trading view, which is a place that has coaches indicators in it when you join them. And we'll kind of go around the world and just take a little look at what else is happening.
So with Monday being closed, I'd imagine today is going to be a little bit of extra turbulence, right?
That is correct.
Yeah,
especially with what's going on. A 3-day weekend waiting to see what news could really change it. You will have, especially in the afternoon, you will have a increased amount of people closing, not wanting to hold in the weekend.
Premiums are pretty expensive this morning.
Again, yep, we mentioned that, yeah. How's the spread?
Yeah, spread's a little wacky too.
Yeah, I figured that. So here, one of the neat things with TradingView, and if you can get the coaches indicators, it really helps you a lot. It comes in, and notice here how it says here, this is SPY, where the pre-market low is. That means where it was before the stock opened. What yesterday, previous day low, previous day high, and a lot of times those are information hints to say, watch, when it breaks that, it's developing a direction. You really want to know a direction that the stock is performing in, that you're participating in, because you want the trend is your friend, and if you go with the trend, you will do it. But again, the same thing, in essence, and this is a progressive channel, you see still two horizontal channels. The green on top, it's divided in color, red on the bottom, but notice how it honors that those horizontal, they aren't horizontal, they're in this case, it's a progressive channel instead of most of the world calls it a regressive channel, but in this case, it's going up. Did break down for a brief moment below, but then took off. And mind you, see, if you see the yellow, that was pre-market. When it hit into the white, that is the market. That's SPY. Here's Apple. Another thing that Coach has is in the trading view, why this is beneficial for you, is he has the 6-star system over here up in the top corner. You can see that the trend on this one here is down. Of course, the regressive channel does show you that it's down, so you have a good hint. But the price still honors many times this two horizontal or regressive channels. Price moves from channel to channel.
Coinbase has been climbing pretty steady today after earnings yesterday.
Wing base?
Coinbase, COIN.
See, I think of food when you said wings. It's like, wait a minute, I've been there. I've eaten there.
Wingstop.
Richard's hungry.
Look at the whip action here at the open, where it was trying to make a decision in AMD. AMD is one of the ones that it has pulled back over 20%, and that is testing bear market. Amazon has pulled back 8 days in a row, which almost, you have to go way back to see that. And you just want to find out where it needs to find out where its new line is. It has to identify where it's establishing a new level before it can bounce. That's less news. If it has a news event that's very positive, well, then it can do a quicker one. But it needs to find where is its foundation. And you'll recognize that a lot of times by what we call consolidation, where it's in a tighter range. Here's Google. And Google has been a star prior to this all of a sudden dropping. And a lot of this, again, as Maria said, with the news report, started with, wait a minute, people are spending a heck of a lot of money, billions on AI, which is eating into the margins. And if you're eating into the margins, that means there's less profit. Less profit means price is going to fall. Heck, that's almost too simple. Too simple, I'm telling you. That's the other thing. A lot of different places want to complicate it. And they want to complicate it because they want to keep you there. Sometimes when we're teaching stuff, people think it's complicated, and it may appear complicated at first, but when you're with us, you're going to hear the same teachings repeatedly, and different teachers may give you a tiny different twist on it, a little different nuance, but we're basically saying the same thing. And at some point, someone's going to talk, whether it's me or Palm or Bruno or one of the other team, Maria or Don or the whole group, James, Bucko. The way they explain it will click for you, and all of a sudden you'll see it, and all the other things will make sense. That's the process of learning. One of the other things I'll share with you is that why the VIP offer that James was talking about, and you get this with the diamond anyway, so if you can do the diamond, it is the best of best choices, especially now with a 30-minute one-on-one with coach. Oh my gosh. I got to talk to that guy. He gives away too much money.
Well, and don't forget, use code Dawn and
Yep,
get
code
10% off
Dawn,
that.
Maria or James. Put that in and you get 10% off, and they get a little 10% reward for spending the time to help you
We
make
also
that,
got the
take that
VIP.
step.
You get a VIP annual and get 6 months of gold. So that's $2,500. The gold monthly is what, $600 a month?
Mm-hmm.
You can do the math there. And use code Dawn, James, Maria, Richard. Get 10% off that.
One of our favorite moderators when they're speaking is Sasquatchuan, but to spell him for the discount is really long. Okay, I made that up. We don't have a Saskatchewan.
Isn't that a place?
I have no idea. It just
Canada.
I can't explain my brain. It's like
we don't want you to, Richard.
Yeah.
Don't.
My wife goes.
There needs to be some mystery in all relationships. Okay.
My wife goes, where the hell did that come from? It's like, I have no clue. Let's visit NVIDIA. Oh.
Microsoft traders off the double bottom, hopefully. NVIDIA's running a beautiful little channel.
IWM bounced off the 9 and headed back to the upside, but it's at a double top from this morning, just a few minutes ago. But the fact that it revisited this area so quickly, that's a positive thing for the upside.
Palantir, new high a day.
Board traders, easiest trade. One of the easiest trades you've ever had.
And it has stayed pretty safe.
That was an EWO upside entry on the break of resistance. And the EWO opened up. You basically had, let's see, well, really one shedding point. You could have shed twice, and it's still open. It still opened up to the upside.
It had a good EWO entry.
Oh yeah, beautiful, just picture perfect. And shedding and like just everything that we teach. Man, we just can't find enough ways to give you 1% a day. We've got members in here that are getting 3, 4, 5% a day on a regular basis lately.
Yeah, and we have to tell them go home. They're supposed to only get one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not really. This is IWM on the screen.
Asking questions and polishing.
Darn overachievers.
Yeah.
Darn overachievers.
This is IWM. IWM is the Russell 2000 for those that don't know. And this one here, if you feel the news is bad, that means for the economy, that means IWM, which is made up of mid-sized companies that need credit to be able to continue their business, IWM will go up. And isn't that interesting? This is again, a progressive channel. Really nice. Stair-stepping its way, staying in this 2 standard deviation progressive channel.
Apple, first green, 2-minute EWO. Broken held above VWAP, trying to get out of that channel.
Looks like we're all
MSTX high day.
Q's, same thing.
Buy breaking through.
Soxel, this is a ETF, 2X ETF that deals with our software and chip makers.
We identified 682.48 or 682.50, and we were looking for a break and hold for an upside entry, and that just happened.
Wow, and look at Paul mentioned Ford before I got to it. How beautiful is that? Nice, conservative, beautiful move.
Right.
Just money in the bank.
Lovely. NVIDIA breaking VWAP, looking for the break and hold. Needs to hold.
Let's see what's happening in the economy as a whole. This screen is State Street. Whoa, look at
Markets
that.
went red to green.
Information technology is the area that's getting hit. Oh yeah, Apple loving. Oh, they had their earnings report and they just got spanked.
App loving.
Yeah. App loving, yeah.
No, from now on, it's always going to be Apple loving.
It will.
Well, it does have an
It's
L
kind of
there.
stiff like a nickname. Apple loving.
Yeah, to me, I see that L with my one good eye. Cisco also just reported earnings. That's another thing that we go through in our pre-market setups and stuff.
Hey Richard, we were about 50 points down on the Dow, which shifted to 125 points up. So the market has taken a dynamic shift, and we're breaking through a lot of upside resistance areas or pre-market areas and stuff.
Yeah,
Bitcoin just went over 69,000.
Bitcoin 69.
There's the Dow symbol D. Oh no, it's not. Typewrite, it would be good. It would be real.
So one of the other trading strategies is once you reach a double top on something and it breaks through that resistance area, then that's also another entry, and that scares new traders sometimes. But that's actually a breakout trade on MSTX at $2.39, holding that. And now, if you followed that strategy, you actually bought on the breakout of the top of the chart and just made another 7 to 10 cents. So now you're at 14+% based on strategies that we teach on a $2.50 stock.
And on the screen now I have the Dow that Palm was talking about, symbol D as in David, IA. There's only 30 stocks in this play. And again, look at where it was to where it is, now hitting highs. We're getting some bounce on that. It's called reversion. So when we had a super down day, there's going to be people that will be picking through the weeds, as we would call it in the institution, to find out where are the ones that this is just way overcorrected, and you're looking for your value plays. The DIA, you can usually see the futures every morning, every night after 8 o'clock. They will come out with the new, and DIA will move many days over 100 points up or down.
ON.
Oh, I haven't heard that for a minute.
Yeah,
Morning,
for a minute.
Rex.
I think he said it yesterday.
He never mentions OFF though. How come?
Because
it's the opposite of on. Is that the inverse chart of on?
That's the inverse.
Yeah. Too
Oh,
funny.
sweet cheese and rice.
Richard, you're on a roll today.
Inverse of on is off. Oh my God. That'd be good.
I want to give another special treat. So for those that are in TikTok or YouTube, what other channel do we have that has some views there? If you're in one of our ones that you're watching us for free, I'm going to give you a special treat, and go ahead and type in your deal or say in your deal. They can hear you. I can't. if you have a question, we'll take a couple questions so that you can get a taste of how we will respond. Like we did earlier when someone said, "Hey, do you ever do 0 days to expiration?" Yes, we do. But a little extra thing, you're not even a member, you're watching us for free, go ahead and kind of raise your hand or tick in and put in a deal, and one of the people doing it will read your question. A little free bonus if you want it.
IWM continuing to make new highs.
Say, Richard, we've kind of already been doing that in the text on the socials, but.
So James, if you'd reach out, and which one are you in?
Would you short SPY at this level?
Would I short SPY in a strong 10 to the upside at this point? You are at a resistance. I would be careful, but the trend at this point is things want to go higher. I'd be very hesitant.
Yeah, at this point, that would be a counter trend trade.
Correct, it would be.
But
But at
financial
resistance,
tax or investment advice.
Right.
Well, that's an idea, but I don't know about it.
What's an idea you don't know about?
Shorting.
Yeah, actually, technically, we really do not want you to short shares, because if you short shares, you actually have unlimited risk. If you're doing a put, which is the downside of a play with options, then it has your risk is limited to the price of the premium.
It's sort of like the same effect.
You make profit on it pulling back like it is now, but again, I'm looking more for a beautiful play on a put for the pullback, but I'll be looking for it holding the 9 and see if it wants to continue, because at this point the market seems to be positive. It wants to rebound, which is why we took the extra time this morning to share, if you would have been with us, on how much a stock moves on average and how much it has pulled back. And the correction is normally 8 to 10%, and we have quite a few that were right on that line. And surprise, surprise, once they hit that line, they then become cheap to many of the institutions, credit unions, pension plans, and they will start to go in what we call bottom picking to take it back up.
All right. Got a question for you, Richard.
Go ahead.
On the TikTok chat. Same day expiration, usually what strike do you choose?
I will go in at least at the money or one step in the money. I prefer one step in the money because that subject brings up the discussion of what is called delta. And delta is how much a price will move with the $1, how much delta will change, the price your option will change on a $1 move. So at the money, usually it's somewhere between 48 cents to 58 cents. We use 50 as an average because that would be what it would be if it was exactly, if the strike was exactly where the price is, which means on a dollar move, you would make 50 cents. On one step in the money, usually you're going to be closer to 68 to 70 cents per dollar move. And so your return is higher. Your investment cost is higher, but your return is higher. And so if you know where your solid support is or your solid resistance is, you can play it using delta to your advantage. I really do not like going too far out of the money. That would be a lotto play, because a lot of times you have to have it move significantly. If you're dealing with a delta of 20, that means it has to move a whole dollar just to get 20 cents.
It also depends if you're scalping or playing a trend. If you're
That is really true.
if you're
But
playing
even
a trend,
scalping, I want to be at least at the money or one step in the money. That's me.
So
Yeah.
at,
And again,
at
that
the
doesn't
money, either
yeah.
one in or one out, no more than one out.
Yeah, and for me, it's different with shares. If you're doing shares, and if you have less experience, you should do shares. You shouldn't be doing options. If it moves 25 cents, you're getting 25 cents. It's safer in a very volatile market to be in shares. That's the other
Not to
thing,
beat,
Coach.
not
Go
not
ahead,
to beat
Paul.
not to beat a dead horse with the trading strategies, but the CRWG that we talked about, basically running that little channel, and then the same strategy that we talked about um, when MSTX broke through the top. If you'd have bought the breakout on the top, you'd have been somewhere around 435, 436, and then you would have been looking at resistance at almost 470. The daily range for that, today's range, it was basically, if you were re-entering to the upside, you would have been in somewhere around 390 and been playing scalps, and then picked back up on support 402 to 405, and then possibly as high as 460 to 470. So that's a repeated winner today too. Are you talking about a stock that's had 70, let's see, well actually 70, 80 to 90 cents worth of range, and some of it's been duplicated on under a $5 stock. Then we teach people how to trade the channels, the breakouts, the supports, the resistance areas. Please show me anywhere where you're trading a stock under $5 where you've had that kind of range in the first hour and a half of the day.
Thanks, Mom. Good stuff.
You're welcome. We've been talking
And
about these
so,
stocks
James,
all afternoon and how to trade them, and those are just two. There's about four that we talk about, and man, if you couldn't figure out 1%, I gotta say, what are you doing? What are you listening to? And really, what are you doing? Right? What
I
are you
just want to
focused
go
on that
back
did
to
more?
James. Can
Go ahead,
you
I'm sorry.
can you look in the what was it? Which one was
The
it? Where the
TikTok
question
chat.
was asked? TikTok.
Yeah.
Who was that? Does it say who it was?
That was Ronald, and he said, "Thank you for the answer."
Hey, and Ronald, that was a very good question. You should be joining us. You should be with us, because if you are asking questions like that, it says that you have a little bit of some understanding in it. Let's just take you to another level. Join us. Come to join the community. We'd love to see you.
And the funny thing is, it turns out he was right at that level. That's when SPY pulled back, IWM pulled back. So
Buy
very good
channel wise
question.
was also approaching a gold line at 680, 490, and we've talked about that before. So on resistance on the regression channel, two really strong reasons to cover your upside with your stop loss, and then pick up the entry to the downside once it showed itself. So if a scalper's if you're gonna just randomly stab away into a put, I would say that's dangerous. You might probably just want to move your stop, and then when it reverses, follow the trend. Because we thought yesterday the market was pulling down. We thought, well, that might just pull $2 or $3. Nope, market pulled $13 yesterday. So there's nothing to say that this couldn't have been an upside reversal in a similar fashion. So that's why you want to move your stop, let the stop take you out. Even for a scalper, it would that would have been a scalp play. But for everybody else, that would have been just slide your stop. And to that point, I'll take those counter scalps. But you have to have a reason why you're doing it. And the person was talking about resistance on the regression channel. Yep, that's a good reason to look for a little bit of a pull backwards.
Yeah, and then you also absolutely need to have a stop just above where that resistance is, in case you're wrong. And a lot of times then if you're, again, now we're talking about two different types of plays. The scalp play, you're ready at the moment to, if it reverses and does break through and go up, to flip it and go with it on the upside. But that requires a higher level of expertise in my mind, because you have to be able to have good reaction skills to be able to be in, because sometimes you're in seconds and sometimes it can turn into a little bit longer. But
check.
There's our man.
Hey.
Hi,
yes,
Yes,
I've been in TikTok and YouTube all morning, but nobody said coach has been in there. I don't know. Moderators. We got to be reading the comments on TikTok and YouTube.
That's what I had James.
That'd be great.
That's why James is here. James.
That'd be
Getting us yelled at,
great. I've
brother.
been
Only got
answering
2
questions
eyeballs
over
and
there,
6
fielding
pages to watch.
comments. Okay, great.
Been
Look
over
at
there
Spy.
murdering again, huh?
Look at
Thank you,
Spy
James.
all the way back to exactly previous day close again.
Yep.
Ran all the way
Spy.
up and all the way back, right?
Oh,
With
like
two
a clock,
two
like
$5
12
moves
to
at the opening
6.
bell.
Yep.
Caught them both.
It's almost as if we talk about that in here, don't we? Like it acts
And-
like a clock.
And for those of you just listening, Coach talks about that all the time.
All the time. All the time. 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It likes it. It's funny this morning. This morning I was getting my hair cut, and the usual happens where everybody comes up, wants to see the car and start talking and all that other stuff. And some guy was asking me about what stocks I was looking at and all the things. And I said, Soxel. And the whole the whole barber shop got out their phones and started documenting.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it was hilarious. Hilarious. But Soxel was up 4.5% this morning when I called that out over there. Did you guys see it? 4.5%. Called it out in TikToks. Very nice. Today, I don't know if you guys saw, I'm sure you guys have talked about the specials, but today is a twofer for Valentine's Day. Buy one Diamond Lifetime membership, get the second one for 50% off. I even sweetened the pot. Did everybody see what I sweetened the pot?
Did
to?
I hear right? You're doing a one-on-one with that?
Correct. So you guys could basically just get the Diamond Lifetime membership for free today. So I don't know what you guys are all sitting there staring at the ceiling for. You might want to jump on that, go over to the Traders Lounge. You will see where I have posted that. I said anybody that buys a Diamond Lifetime membership today will get a free 30-minute consult with me. That's a $3,000 value. So if you buy the Diamond and you get the second one for free at $3,750, basically you bought a Diamond Lifetime membership with access to everything we have for $750.
Yeah, Coach, I need to talk to you about giving too much away, okay?
I can't believe it or not, just everybody's not just buying them to hand out to gifts. Come on now. What are you guys waiting for?
I announced that
Christmas?
one as soon as you posted it in the mod lounge, Coach. I couldn't believe it.
I think they're waiting for Christmas. This is Christmas.
I told them,
They
Coach,
got a long
with
way.
that deal, the buy one, get one free, you can give your wife and your girlfriend one and you're fine.
That's right. Set yourself up with something real nice.
Maria, he's
if I
determined to get
was
in trouble.
extremely intelligent, like I know a lot of you are, I'd be knocking on my neighbor's door and going, "Hey, Valentine, you know what we should do today, right?" Yeah.
We should join American Dream Trading.
Yeah, a little bit of work in the system never hurt anybody. You guys should be saying, "Hey, I got a buddy over here that I talk to every single day. Hey, Valentine, should we go in on this together so we can get a Diamond Lifetime membership for $37.50 because there's two of us?" Everybody right now that's in the Zoom, if you knuckleheads aren't tapping and saying, "Hey, who wants to go in with me?" just slap the dog shit out of yourself, because obviously you don't understand how the system works. I'd be like, "Hey, I'll go in. Anybody else want to go in? I got one. Who wants to be my Valentine?" Yeah, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Hello? Get in there. It's Christmas on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Very nice. Open up a help desk ticket. Let's get that party started. Who's using their American Dream Trading Journal today? Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Sad coach.
Yes.
Oh my.
Let's take a peek at the journal here real quick. 1 second. Everybody should be posting in the American Dream Trading Journal channel. Now, do you guys remember what I said to do yesterday? Does anybody remember what I said to do yesterday? Right. I told everybody to make sure you post because I am going to review every journal that was posted. Does anybody remember me saying that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and review. There's 1, 2, I see 3, 4. I'm going to review them right now live and help somebody out. All right, first person I'm going to help out right now. There are 4. It's never mind. Panther's got 2. Today, Panther, MK. Oh, there's only 2 actually, because Panther posted 3 times. So only 2 people today are going to get my assistance right now off of your journal that I charge $6,000 an hour for. Panther, are you in the room? Let's talk about it.
He
Panther.
was there in the pre-market.
Well, if you're not, you can go back and review the tape. Go back and watch the YouTube live. Okay, let's see what we got. Panther. Let's see. 212, 634. Did the 2-minute EWO, waited for confirmation candle going down before entering. Okay, I'm going to assume you meant the second or the largest, right? Once the indicator got larger than a previous. Let's see, Emotions hopeful, made the right decision to trade Apple, was looking at AMD and Intel, however, wanted to just focus on one stock. Got worried watching the 2-minute EWO as it bounced from resistance level from VWAP, got out early, and it kept on bouncing, should have stayed in. Let's see, but also had to go to work. Lesson learned, stay in the EWO trade longer and not get scared. Made $130. Congratulations. You're absolutely right. I like the way you're keeping your head in the game. The next trade you made was at 720. It was for Google. Trading strategy that was used was it was above the MA 200, and you used the 2-minute EWO. Reason for entry. Gosh, I love this. The people that are using the journal will be my next millionaires. Let's be honest. Am I right? The people that aren't, you guys are just going to lose your ass off every day. Everybody that's using the journal, congratulations. You are one step closer to becoming a millionaire.
And if you don't have it, we've got the QR code for it right on the screen.
If you don't have it, just run into a wall with your face. Just go ahead. I mean, let's be honest, right? I don't know what you're doing anymore. Reason for entry was above the MA 200, the 2-minute EWO, a third larger candle, which formed over the 200. Emotions. This is my favorite part. This is why we designed the journal the way we did. Ready? Emotions. Confident that it was a good move. Sad I messed up because I lost money once it went down. Now, this is the best part. Lessons learned. Ready? Exited after it crossed VWAP, zoomed in too much, was reaching day high, needed to look into pre-market to see what was going to be a double top. Uh-oh. So he got in right around a double top area. Should have waited for it to reach the top and gotten into the put. Lost $920. Do you guys understand how powerful this journal is? He would have never thought about that. He wrote it in the journal, and guess what? He or she, I'm not sure what Panther is, he or she will remember next time to look left, correct? Gang, listen, 2-minute EWOs are great, but if you are watching, you better be careful of double tops, double bottoms. I talk about it every day. If you are longing, listen to the sound of my voice. If you are longing buying calls into a double top, you already know you're going to lose your shirt, right? You already know it. It'd be the same thing like shorting into a double bottom, especially if it's coming off of a previous day low. You already know you're going to get wrecked. Good job, Panther. You will be one of our next millionaires. MK, results not guaranteed. MK, legal. MK, let's take a look at yours. February 13th, time 9:40. Stock, SPY. Trading strategy used, options, 1 minute scalp. Reason for entry, break and hold under VWAP on a downward trend. Now listen, 9:40 is a pretty dangerous time, but okay. I like this part though. Everybody ready? Emotions, my favorite part, because if you can't control your emotions, you can't control a trade. More relaxed and patient this time, waiting for candles to form. Still got scared and got out on a little bit of retracement. Instead, should have understood the trend and candle formation better, and there was no sign to get out of trade yet. I'm loving that you guys are working it out in the American Dream Trading Journal to become better every day. Lessons learned. It's getting more clear that the coach's rules make sense and it's starting to click. I got a little FOMO when it was going up and I wanted to get in, but I imagined coach yelling at me to follow the rules. Oh, I love it.
As we all do.
Oh my gosh, it's great. And in capitals, still need to learn to not look at your P&L and learn those candle formations. Absolutely. MK, you are on your way to becoming the next millionaire. Results not guaranteed, legal, all the things. So that is the only people today, and it's funny, nobody's doing it right now. Literally nobody's still doing it. This is crazy. You are the only people today that have used the American Dream Trading Journal. Everybody else, I don't know where you're at or what you're doing. And if you're like, oh, the day's not finished yet, let's look at yesterday. Yesterday, there was MK. Notice a trend. Is anybody noticing that MK and Panther are posting daily in the American Dream Trading Journal channel? I wonder who will be our next successful traders. I got a pretty good idea who that's going to be. MK posted yesterday. Sun-Kissed Rose. Are you in here? I see you posted yesterday. Are you in here? By the way, you have a one-on-one with me. Again, nice job. Sun-Kissed Rose. Let's see. Yesterday, 836 stock ticker ES. So futures trade strategy use scalp. Reason for entry double top bounce reversal. Nice. Favorite part. Ready? Emotions. Calm and focused, even with all the chatter going on in the Zoom call. Lesson learned. Paying attention to the balance of buyer and seller volume during candle movement. Also watching size of wicks created during the 5-minute candle. Profit, $150. Second trade, scalp. Reason for entry, the 9 crossing over the 21 to the downside. Seller candle, break and hold, the 921 and VWAP. Super trend signal also to the downside. Emotions, my favorite part. Calm and focused. Oh, I love this. Muted the Zoom call not to get distracted by all the chatter. So she was completely focusing on the trade. Lesson learned. Careful with EMAs, VWAP, and the 200. They all squish together. On the 5-minute time frame. On this candle, be patient and let the candle play out. Profit, $175. Great job. Good job. Good job. Who else is going to be using their American Dream Trading Journal? Anybody? Anybody?
All of us.
I am. I'll be posting today.
I'm coming, Coach. Give me a sec. I just snipped it.
Thank you. Now
When
listen,
I
all
get
you
it,
need to do
we're
is,
waiting for it.
if you guys are doing it on your electronic devices, all you got to do is a screenshot paste. If you're doing it, if you printed it out, because you can print this out, all you got to do is take a picture with your phone. Click the plus symbol. Post the photo. I review these every single day so that I can help you out. I just think it's funny that I see the same people doing the work. The same people are in here doing the work. I love that. Absolutely love that. MK and Panther, it looks like you two are the busiest when it comes to using the American Dream Trading Journal.
All right, Coach. Put mine in there.
Thank you. MK and Panther, I'm going to give you an additional year that's $80 for free of the American Dream Trading Journal. Moderators, if you would do me a favor, open up a ticket. Add on 365 days for free to Panther and MK. Very nice.
Congratulations, guys.
Good job. You know what? You got $80 for free today just by doing work for yourself so that you can become the next millionaire. That's crazy. It's funny how money is attracted to you when you do the right things. Isn't that crazy, ladies and gentlemen?
That's right.
It's crazy. It's crazy how that works. I'm a real trader.
I don't want to be a millionaire.
Yeah, I don't want to be a millionaire because I got to pay taxes on it.
I don't have time.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. Nice. I see everybody starting to post now. Troy, I see yours. Nice job. Okay, Troy says trading strategy used scalp. The stock ticker Palm was MSTX. You got them loving that, huh? Reason for entry. Oh, by the way, did you guys see the Bitcoin kept bouncing off the 200 MA on the 1 minute at 66K this morning? Reason for entry. Made new high and pulled back down to VWAP and sold at the double top. Emotions. Calm and collected. I watched the market chop around the morning and didn't want to enter anything. Palm mentions MSTX and boom, he put this in the journal, Palm. And boom, easy trade, and I'm 1% on account for the day. Lesson learned. Listen to Palm, 1% compounds exponentially over a year. Listen, 1% a day is over 2,000% per year compounded, right?
Yeah.
That's just 1%. Now remember, my 1%ers, 1% is not your cap. So what I don't want to see is you're like, oh, I'm at 1% and I get out. Listen, if you're still in a good trade and it still makes sense, why not let it make you 20% today, right? So now also remember, if you're in the 1% camp, you also don't want to lose more than that, right? So if you're doing the, 1 to 3% a day to make, the same applies to the downside. Don't lose more than 1 to 3%, right? And that way your averages, because remember, the only thing that we cap is your losses. We don't cap your wins. Okay. So don't get locked in. The 1% is a good rule for you to try to shoot for. But what I don't want is you get to 1%, you're like, oh, that's it. Listen, if everything is going well and you're in great trades, get 80% of your account today, right? Why not? Let it run. Leave it alone. So please don't cap it. When Palm's talking about it, he's just saying, 1% is great per day because instead of you guys getting ideas of grandeur, like, I'm going to 3X my account today. You don't need to do all that, right? Small base hits. We've been saying that for years. Small base hits turn into home runs. Get into a good trade right? And let those runners run. You'll see that 1% turn into 2 to 5 to 10 to 20%. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm in the greatest trade I've ever been. And then you'll start to sweat. The hairs on the back of your neck will stand up. You're like, I got to get out of this trade, because you'll be watching the P&L, which you're not supposed to be doing. You're just supposed to be watching the trade and make sure it's there. You're like, oh my gosh, I've never made this much money before. You'll get out and it'll continue to run. And you're like, wow, I could have 8x my account today, right? So don't trade the P&L. Trade the damn chart. How about Apple the other day, right? Running down 4.5%. And I'm yelling from the rooftop and I'm typing into the Apple chat and people are just ignoring me like, yeah, whatever, coach. 4.5%, the greatest trade ever on Apple during its bad news lawsuit, by the way, that came out the day before. But anyways, and people were getting out. And I'm yelling like, what are you doing, right? Go back and look at the live Apple chat. I'm screaming from the rooftops. I kept telling people I'm going to drive to your house a monster truck right over your house, right? Like, leave it alone. So anyways, all right, listen, I'm going to take off. Love your faces. It's don't forget, Monday, there is no market on Monday. Moderators, we will be working on the American Dream Trading Academy. Everybody that's a Diamond member, you guys are going to be getting access to that. Everybody else, there will be an add-on for that if you guys want to gain access to that. Really looking forward to that, though. There's going to be tons of videos. We're talking hours and hours and hours of training and education videos, Q&A, tests, certifications, all sorts of stuff that we have inside of the American Dream Trading Academy. I think you guys are we've been working on that for years. Years and years. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of manpower for years on the American Dream Trading Academy. So I hope you guys all appreciate it. I'm out of here. Love your faces. Thank you to my moderators, all my military family, and all my first responders. You guys can go ahead and keep running the stream if you want. Don't forget to use the discount codes today, James and or Dawn, to make sure you get 10% off on any of the super deals and the good stuff we have today. Don't forget, if you guys want Valentine's Day special, buy one Diamond Lifetime membership, get the second half off. Go find a buddy. Go ask in the Zoom. Go knock on a door. Go to church and ask somebody who wants to trade with you. Go do something. Why are you still standing there? Go do the things. Anybody today that gets a Diamond Lifetime membership today and today only will also get 30 minutes of a one-on-one with me. That is a $3,000 value for your $3,750 membership today. Just go buy 10 of them. You get the hours. It'd be worth it for the time with me, which I can't open up a ton of those hours in case anybody doesn't know, right? So go set yourself up for success. Results not guaranteed, legal, all the things. I'm out of here. Love your faces. Have a blessed day. God bless. See ya.
Thanks for dropping in, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Before you go, Coach, we're also Ken C, because he's a nice feller. His birthday's next week.
Whose birthday?
Ken C. He's over in the Zoom chat.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday.
So I'm going to cover an ADT journal for him.
Oh, very cool.
Oh,
very,
that's
very
nice,
cool.
James.
Thank you so much, James. And
so just open up a ticket there, Ken, and we'll get you.
That's awesome. James, actually, I'll pick it up. You don't need to. Just give him one for free. Appreciate you, though.
I get it, Coach.
No, I got it. I appreciate you. Special perks of being a moderator. Sometimes you could just do the things, right? Appreciate you. I got it. But it came from James. It came from James's heart.
Coach, what's a home?
Appreciate you. Happy birthday and all the things. I'm out. See ya.
See ya. Happy birthday, Ken C. See ya.
Ken C. Happy birthday. Good job, James.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Good looking out.
Thanks, Coach.
Ken C. We just incorporated your name in there.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Way to go, everybody. Well, I guess we will go ahead. I actually have a doctor's appointment, which is something that's very rare. So if you guys want to stay on, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. If not, Anybody have anything else they want to add before we get out of here? James, Richard, Palm, Maria. Don't
There
forget.
was a lot of good stuff today, and even in the different market that showed how you could make money multiple ways.
Still in the live?
Yeah, I've actually got to go. I've got an appointment that I've got to get to.
Yeah. Okay.
Doodle
I'm on
Dawn.
Zoom too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna drop off the live so I can get in some trading since I didn't get any in this morning.
Richard, thank you so much for
I
all
don't
that
do
you did
well
this morning.
trading when I'm teaching.
Yeah, thank you for all that you did this morning and carrying the
welcome.
stream like that. That was amazing. Thank you. Palm, thanks for chiming in as well. Guys, take advantage of the discounts that we offer today. You can go to americandreamtrading.com to take advantage of all of that. And, Coach rarely gives a one-on-one. So when he's giving that in addition to something that's going to cover all the memberships, you can't beat that. So if you have the wherewithal, take full advantage of it. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and wish everybody a green day.
Before you go,
yeah,
what's the price for that Valentine's special?
It is $5,000 for your first diamond, and the second one you will get half off, $2,500. So total 2 diamond memberships, only $7,500, and you can use the code DAWN or JAMES or RICHARD. Yes, I'm saying that because you have been so amazing this morning. Or Maria, MARIA, to get an additional 10% off of that. And on top of it, you're getting a one-on-one with Coach as well.
And I just want to say that Coach's last idea, I didn't even think of it myself, and that is if you have somebody that wants to go in with you, instead of the $5,000, it's actually $3,750 for each person, and that's way lower than what the normal price is. And if you put in the names, you're getting the 10%. It's like, are you kidding me? That is just phenomenal. So take advantage of it.
All right. We want to wish all the moderators, thank you guys so much for the backup today. James, appreciate you. Richard, all the truck drivers and the doctors and the nurses and the teachers out there, thank you for all that you give. All the military family that we have that has and does serve, thank you for all of your service. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Peace and blessings.
It's done. Wah, wah.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you, truck drive.